Hi guys, how is it going? Welcome back to my channel. As you know, I am Natalia Suri and this is the world of books, mythology and everything magical. And yes, I'm back with another series. Here I have 5 book recommendations by Mr. Devdutt Pattanaik on mythology, a topic which is so close to us. Yes, mythology is something which I have always believed is what makes us as persons, as our belief system, and this is what we gift the future generation. So let us start today's video. My first book recommendation is 7 Secrets of Shiva. Now this book by Mr. Devdutt Pattanaik, as I have said, is about, as the name suggests, about Lord Shiva. Yes, when we speak about the Trimurti, that is Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, then Shiva is the one Lord which occupies the central and the most important position in our lives. Now this book is about the different avatars Lord Shiva is depicted and worshipped by his followers. But the highlight of this book will tell you that how Lord Shiva is different from all other deities, and especially the difference between Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu. Now if you are interested in such a topic, then this is a must read for you. In this book you will find the 5 major avatars of Lord Shiva which have been discussed as Lingeshwara, Bholenath, Nataraj, Bhairava and Shankar. So this book will cover the 5 avatars of Lord Shiva as it has been depicted in our mythology. So I would suggest, if you are interested in these avatars and the link of these avatars with Lord Shiva, then you must read this book. Now what highlights this book is the bird-eye view of the Shivaites and the Shivaite culture. Now we have all heard it. What is it? If you want to know more about it, then you must read this book for a deeper sense of knowledge on Shaivism and Lord Shiva. In case you are interested in one of the books of Lord Shiva, then this should be on your bookshelf. It is a must read for you then. My second book recommendation is My Gita by again Mr. Devdutt Pattanaik. Now this book is the writer's own personal perspective about the Bhagavad Gita, or as he says, the God's songs. Now what I really like about this book is that it is an interesting and stimulating read where you want to know more and you want to keep on turning the pages to satisfy that hunger of knowledge. So you have that thing in you when you start reading about this book and about the Bhagavad Gita from the writer's perspective. You want to learn the new perspective and you want to know what was there and what is there now. So I think this should be there on your list if you like the Bhagavad Gita and you want a newer perspective towards it. As per mythology, the Gita started and ended just before the war of the Pandavas and the Kauravas. Now, Gita is said to be a conversation between God and his disciple, the ultimate conversation which is there. In other words, the ultimate truth passed by Lord Krishna to Arjuna. I don't think there would be any questions if I term it as the modern Gita or the writer's perspective towards the Gita in a modern outlook way. So yes, you should read it to get a newer perspective about the Gita. My third book recommendation is Myths or Mithya, as they say. Now this book is a narration of events in Hindu mythology in a semi-chronological manner. There would be no doubts if I call it an adult version of the Amar Chitra Katha. Now this book will force you to find logics and start questioning many myths which are there. This book is a collection of old myths of Hindu mythology and basically focuses on 3 aspects: the origin, the culture and the yogic. One thing which you may not like about this book is that it involves a lot of logical thinking, which we really don't want to use our brains at some times. We are lazy using them. So yes, at that particular point you may be a little turned off from the book, but yes, if you are behind logic and you want to find the logic in mythology, then you should read this book. My fourth book recommendation would be Jaya, a retelling of the Mahabharata. Dr. Devdutt Pattanaik has written this book, the Mahabharata, in a very easy way. So that is the reason I'm putting it over here. You know, when we read mythology, the word mythology itself becomes very heavy and we are turned off that we don't want to read it. But yes, when you see such books which are there, they have been written in a very simpler way for us to understand, and yes, this one does qualify in one of those books. Now this book is a perfect read, as I said, that somebody who's interested into mythology but doesn't really want to go very deep into it and just wants to take the upper surface for it, then this is a must read. It's a very easy book. You can finish it off very quickly, and yes, at the same time get the knowledge which is necessary for you. So yes, I would recommend you to read this book if you want to taste what is mythology. Now this book can be divided into 3 sections. The first part is the legendary war which led to the battle of Kurukshetra. The second is the war itself, and the third is what led to the effects of the war. So as I said, this book is divided into 3 sections. This book is perfect for readers who are not really so much into Sanskrit and want a perfect read, easy read. So yes, then as I have already mentioned above, that you should read it because just to get the whole feel of it, and at the same time relax and read it. You want a relaxed read, then you should read this book for sure. My last book recommendation on the list is Sita, an illustrated retelling of the Ramayana. Now, the best part, what I like about this book is that many of the incidences in the book have been compared to Greek and Roman mythology. This is something which I really liked about this book. What I like about this book is the subplots and the regional beliefs to the main plot. Now, another thing which I really enjoyed is that this book is from a female perspective, from Devi Sita's perspective. The narration and the perfect analysis make it an introspective piece of reading. So that is why I really like this book. Now, one other point which you would like about this book is the writer shows the connection between the divine and the soul, which I really liked, which is a very unique part of this book, which I had enjoyed reading it when I was reading this book. What I'm trying to say over here is the connection between Devi Sita and Lord Ram, the soul and the body connection he has tried to portray through them. It's a wonderful, beautiful thing to read. So this is another thing which I really liked about this book. Now, the one thing which I really loved about this book is that this book highlights the fact that a woman really does not need a man in everything. She is capable and she is fulfilling for her own self, which is totally opposite the concept of dharma which we have. And this is something which I really enjoyed in this book. So guys, these are my 5 book recommendations by Dr. Devdutt Pattanaik, which I would recommend you to read if you are interested in the books of Hindu mythology. And yes, before I go, I must tell you about my blog www.nataliasuri.com, where I write in a lot of articles on Hindu mythology. If you are interested in articles like about Greek and Indian mythology, what are the links, are they the same gods? Same goes with the Egyptian mythology, about the Chinese mythology and many other aspects. So you must log into my blog. And yes, as I have always said, I'll be seeing you very soon. And yes, before I go, I must remind you, if you like my videos, do press that subscribe button, press the bell icon so that you get those updates. And yes, do take care of yourself. That is the most important thing, and keep smiling, and I'll be seeing you soon. Ta-ta, bye-bye.